Alright, good evening everyone. Travis here with his brand new Aerobeez Matte Haul Edition MXSR. I got the big parts put together so far, and I'm going to go over it real quick. Out of the box, there's obviously no elevators on there. These are bolt-on, the carbon fiber tube in the middle, and I had to glue on the pin hinges for the rudder. When I was doing that, I noticed the holes were just a little bit bigger than the pin itself. Yeah, so just kind of be careful with that, or go get some Robarts. But that goes on together pretty well. Stabilizer bolt on as normal. Comes with their little fiberglass control horns with the ball link system. This one is a pull-pull deal. Carbon fiber gear, front and back. When I got the plane, this thing's beautiful, man. These Chinese kids can really cover these things real good. Now what I noticed between this plane and my other Aerobeez, which is the Extra 330, they have these little inserts right here. The other plane did not have it, and I don't know if it's just this plane or if it's the version 2, whatever. But the advantage of having this is on my other plane I have wires ran down here for different things, battery wires or BEC or whatever, and they kind of protrude through this area. So when you slide the wing on, you might pinch a wire. But this little insert definitely gets rid of that. Pretty cool. Again, a carbon gear in the front, wheel pants. Beautiful paint job on the wheel pants and the cowl. Well, and the canopy. Good stuff. Good quality. Up here at the engine compartment, this is a DLE 55. And they have their own template on here for DLE 50 or 55, so it's real easy. You just drill out the holes and it bolts right in there. They have these cool cutouts up here. They have little hatches that go up there to cover it up when you're all done, up top and down here too. This can accept the canister muffler. As you can see, I'm not running one obviously, but if you have one, cool. There's my ignition at the bottom. I'll have my choke coming out of the top here. This bay up here is pretty huge. I will be putting smoke in here. Tank on one side for fuel, tank on the other side for oil. And I'm gonna guess I might put the pump up here somewhere. But there's plenty of room. And underneath there's a little hatch right there that I'll probably be sticking my battery in there. I have a Lifey 3600 I'll be running my ignition, receiver, and smoke pump off of. They have switch places for your switch and fuel dot here and over here. So I'll be utilizing one side for fuel, one side for smoke. Carbon fiber tube is expected. Pull, and there's a look down the back end of it. Nice. Here's the cowl. This thing's huge. But I got it all cut out for my motor stuff. But that paint job, man, that's great. So good job on that, Aerobeez. I'll stick this guy over here for now. Oh, and it's got, in case you didn't know, it's got the ring insert to bolt the cowl onto the plane without those ugly ass bolts sticking out of the side. So that's kind of cool. The only downfall, it's not a downfall for me, but there's screws right here that screw on this way, which means you have to put the cowl on and get a really long Allen to reach all the way over here. From here to where the cowl's at, I'd say it's about 12 inches. Now, myself, I have these extensions that I can put together and whatever, screw it on, but some people might not have that. Anyways, that's just one thing to look forward to. And then the top screws actually come up and bolt in here, which is not a big deal. Okay, so after actually reading the directions, I kind of screwed this up. In this particular plane, the MXSR, servo doesn't go there. Okay, so now I gotta hold the plug. Don't cut that out. In fact, the servo goes right there. And there's a little part right here you're gonna cut out to hook your push rod up to. So anyway, servo goes in the stabilizer itself, not in the plane. I'll figure out, once I figure out how to cover that hole, I'll share it with you. Alright guys, fix the hole where the rudder servo was. These things you buy, that color is the exact same color as this. Haha, sweet. So we got everything bolted on. Pull, everything centered. I finally bound the receiver to this thing. I didn't get a picture of the motor for you guys, but it's basically mounted, you know, with the standoffs like it's supposed to be. I have my choke up here, and I put the blue tubing on there, just kind of match. Let's see what else we got. Fortitude tanks, smoke and fuel. These are the vent, fill, and I always have problems starting this thing. You know, with the gas tank way back here and the motor way the hell up there. So I put another fill, a primary fill for the very first fill, and down up there is a T that's right next to the motor, so it puts the gas right behind the carb for the first fill of the day, and then after that I can fill with this. On-off switch for receiver. Let's go around here. Here's the fill for the smoke. On-off for smoke and ignition. There's my receiver. Satellite and rudder. I mounted the battery way back here because it's very nose heavy. There's a Skyrider smoke pump right there. You know, it's not a super heavy component, but it's got some weight on it. So the battery has to go back here. Unfortunately, exposed. I was trying to hide everything under this little deck here. But underneath here I have all the wires, the ignition kill. That's pretty much it. Just the bulk of the wire. So that's what's going on. There's my extension for balancing. This is a Lifey 3600 Zippy. But it's a pretty clean install, I would say. It's my ailerons. What I noticed, the wing tube is very tight in here and in the wings. Putting the wings on, the wing tube through is, man, this is a big pain in the ass. I don't tolerances are just super close, and it's I'm hoping over time it you know, it goes a little bit smoother, but it's a real big pain in the ass to put those wings on because of that tube and whatnot. But anyways, I did fire it up. I filled it up with oil and gas. That Skyrider is a great pump all around, as it has been for years. No leaks in the tank. I bolted, well, not bolted, but mounted both of these tanks together, and then I mounted on top of a piece of wood down there, and then strapped the whole thing to the plane. So that's pretty solid. So that's what we got going on, and the plane is pretty much done. I have not flown it yet. I'm just trying to go over the parts of the plane that I had problems with, such as you know, mounting this canopy. It has that ring that goes around it. I'm sorry, the cowl. Easy screws here, easy screws there, but the other two screws are located in there. I don't know if you can see them. Well, there's one down there in the corner, and there's one here on the other corner behind my muffler. But anyways, I have a real long extension, Allen extension with a ball Allen on there, and it seemed to do the job. But anyways, the build was pretty simple, and all the hardware it came with was pretty decent. Didn't come with switches, so I had to get some of those. Not a big deal. And extensions, you know, all over the damn place. I use the heavy-duty extensions because I do have a smoke pump in there. I'm not exactly sure how much current that draws, but looking at the leads coming off of it, it's very small, so I'm guessing it doesn't draw very much current. So I hooked up my ignition and smoke to one switch, and receivers on the other, and I do have my one of these things. If you don't know what that is, I'll tell you, but it's a capacitor for the receiver, and that is down under there. So I think we're ready to rock and roll on this girl. Everything went together very good, except that stupid wing tube through the wings and through the fuselage. Maybe take some sandpaper and sand it down a little bit. It's just a little tight, annoyingly tight. So this is the Aerobeez Matt Hall Edition MXSR, and I have a 55 DLE under there with smoke and you know, the normal stuff. So I think I did a pretty clean job mounting everything. It's not going to be for another week before I can fly this. Today's Sunday, unfortunately. It's another week and we can get this guy back up in the air, but again, the construction, the painting of this airplane, the covering is absolutely gorgeous. For the Matt Hall fans, you'll notice there's a lot of like decals missing right here. That usually goes up here to the 3 with the stars and all that good stuff, but you know, that is a good place to put your own decals if you're on a team or want to support your own whatever you got. But everything snapped together and fit, and it's very, very cool. So anyways, my name's Travis. I fly at AMPS here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we'll be putting this thing up in the air next weekend, and I'll give another report about that then. Okay, so we took this thing up flying at a fun fly here last weekend, and it flies good, man. I was using a 20, I don't remember what it was. I think it was 23/8, and I put a 24/8 carbon fiber prop on there. Man, this thing flies good, lands good, and this is a DLE 55 again. But knife edges with hardly any coupling snaps. The roll rate is very slow, I noticed. It's not as quick as some of the other planes I have, even with the big ailerons. I believe I have about 45% expo in the elevator and 50% in the ailerons and 50% in the rudder. And that's, well, for me, that's a good starting point, since I don't use high rates or low rates. I just set everything to 100% maximum deflection and add expo as I need it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Here's just to look at the inside, fuel and smoke. And there's the smoke pump, throttle servo, fuel dots, switches, a couple kids over there, and a receiver, and there you go. Questions, let me know.